Hello, students. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. Today, I'm going to start a new chapter that is Europe, and in this chapter, particularly, I'll be dealing with you all political division and the physical features. So, let's start with an introduction. Europe is one of the world's seven continents. It is the world's second smallest continent in area after Australia. Means the first, you can say, the first smallest continent is Australia, and on the second number, Europe comes. It is bordered, as you can see on the screen, it is bordered by the Arctic Ocean in the north, North Atlantic Ocean in the west, and Mediterranean Sea in the south. Europe is separated from Asia by the watershed of Ural here, Caucasus of Caucasus Mountain, the Ural River, Caspian Sea, here you can see on the screen Caspian Sea, and the Black Sea. It is believed that the name Europe was derived from the Europa, who was the daughter of Phoenix. Some believe that it is evolved from the word Arab, which means sunset. In the past, Europe gave vast cultural and economic achievements of the world. Ancient Greeks and Romans contributed towards philosophy, literature, science, and fine arts. Europe people explored and discovered many new parts of the world in the early 15th century. No other continent has left such a remarkable impact on the world as Europe. It has been the birthplace of Western culture. Europe has been responsible for the significant progress of the world in the past 300 years. Today, Europe has developed many folds. It is the only continent which is both populous as well as prosperous. The main reason behind this development is the belief in making the best use of natural resources and human resource. The countries in Europe show a large number of variation in terms of area in which Russia tops. It is the largest country in the world, and Vatican City is the smallest country in the world. Students, here I request you to underline Russia, the largest country in the world, and Vatican City, the smallest country in the world. You will be asked in the examination these two questions as multiple choice questions. Europe covers around 10 crore 1 lakh 80,000 square kilometer, in which the highest point is Mount Elbrus. Mount Elbrus, the highest point, and that is 5,642 meter above the sea level. When we talk about the lowest point is Russian shores of Caspian Sea, which is 28 meter below the sea level. The Volga is the longest river of Europe, and if we talk about the length, that is 3,692 kilometer. The largest lake is Lake Ladoga. When we talk about the literacy, so the literacy rate of Europe is 95%. Now, in this chapter, students, we will explore more about Europe. So, we'll start with location. For your convenience, I have divided the sections of your book into points. So, the first point, according to your book, is zone. When we talk about the zone, Europe mostly lies in the northern temperate zone, with a small part of it extending beyond the Arctic Circle. Hemisphere. Europe mainly lies in the northern and eastern hemisphere, with some part of it reaching to the western hemisphere, such as Portugal, Spain, Ireland, Iceland, and Western United Kingdom, along with Western France. Latitude and longitude. Europe mostly lies in the northern hemisphere, as we have already discussed. The latitudinal extent of Europe is 35° north to 71° north. It implies that most of this continent lies in the northern temperate zone. The small part of Europe lies beyond the Arctic Circle. The Arctic Circle passes specially from Sweden, Norway, Finland in Europe. The northern southern extent of Europe is approximately 6,400 kilometers. The longitudinal extent of Europe is 25° west to 63° east. The prime meridian, that is 0° longitude, passes through Greenwich, that is near London, in Europe. The east west extent of Europe is about 4,800 kilometers. Then comes border and coastline. Europe is surrounded by water bodies on its three sides, that is, it is a peninsula. When any land is surrounded by water bodies by its three sides, it is called peninsula. If I give you example of India, the southern part of India is called Indian Peninsula. Actually, Europe is considered to be the peninsula of peninsulas, and the reason is because the sea have penetrated deep into the land. Except the eastern part, Europe is surrounded by water on its three sides. Most of the parts of Europe, except Russia, lie near the sea. Europe is situated between the Atlantic Ocean and the Ural Mountains in the west and the east, respectively, with the Arctic Ocean and the Mediterranean Sea in the north and south part of Europe. The Ural Mountains, the Caucasus Mountain, the Caspian Sea, and the Ural River divide Europe from Asia. Europe is separated from Africa by the Strait of Gibraltar in the southwest. Even the coastline of Europe is very long as well as broken at many points. Europe has excellent and highly developed harbors of the world. The continent possesses some of the major seas and gulfs such as White Sea, the Gulf of Bothnia, the North Sea, the Gulf of Finland, and the Baltic Sea in the north, the Bay of Biscay lying in the west, Adriatic Sea, and the other seas in the south. There are two large salted water lakes, the Black Sea and the Caspian Sea in the east. When we talk about the last point of the section, location, in which we'll talk about islands. A large number of islands are found in the continent of Europe. British Isles, Iceland, Sardinia, Sicily, Crete are the most important ones. The English Channel separates mainland from the British Isles. So, students, in this chapter particularly, we have started with an introduction in which I have given you the glimpse of the chapter, what we are going to study in this chapter particularly. After that, we have discussed the location. In location, we have talked about the 5 points. First of all, we have talked about zone, then hemisphere, latitude and longitude, border and coastline, and islands. When we talk about zone, you remember it lies in the northern temperate zone. That is important point you can underline. Hemisphere, it lies in the northern and eastern hemisphere. Latitude and longitude, so latitude is 35° north to 71° north. Longitude, that is 25° west to 63° east. These two terms you have to learn by heart. Nothing you can do. Apart from that, border and coastline. When we talk about border and coastline, you remember it is called it is considered to be the peninsula of peninsulas. This is a very important question, can be asked in exam, that why it is called peninsula of peninsulas. Now it is surrounded by water bodies on its three sides. You remember these two important points, how Europe is separated from Asia and Africa. It can be asked. When we talk about islands, so the most important islands of Europe are the British Isles, Iceland, Sardinia, Sicily, Crete. So these were the important points which we have discussed in this chapter. I hope you have understood this video. In this video in which we have talked about the location particularly. If you have any doubts, we can ask with the help of comment section. You ask your queries and the questions in the comment section. I will answer. I will request you to circulate this video among your friends so that everybody can access to it. I hope you have understood each and every aspect of this video. I will see you in the next video with a new topic of the chapter Europe, in which we'll talk about the political division of Europe. Till then, take care. Bye bye.